Hi guys, yeah, me, Andrew Overfield again, and today's studio upgrade, day one. I was thinking about giving it a lick of paint, but it's not cost effective enough just to make it look nice and pretty. So today, I'm using these, which are like an Auralex type foam pad, and these are the acoustic tiles. Now, I'm going to use these to try and soundproof and kill off some frequencies in the room. As you can hear, I don't know if you can hear. Oh! Anyway, it's really echoey, and when I'm recording and when I'm mixing, I finally decided that I wanted to kind of dampen a lot of those frequencies. Now, the reason I'm putting these up is because sometimes you get room reverberation, you get all sorts of bits and bats of echoing. Plus, it kind of keeps things a little bit more quiet for the neighbours. It depends if you live next to old people who are deaf or not, or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to go through. I'm actually going to put it up. So the sound quality is going to be a little bit bad because I'm on the GoPro today. So, as you can see, I've literally covered everything up over here like this, apart from the Lego, but I'll sort that out in a minute. Take all you what you can out of the studio. So, obviously, as you can see, my instruments are off the wall, majority of them. I mean, I've got a lot of crap on the floor here and there, but what can you do? You don't need specific dust sheets. I just use old rags and cloths and stuff like that, and old beach towels just to cover everything up. Basically, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using this stuff, 3M spray mount. It's like a spray adhesive type thing. So I'm going to spray a little bit on the back of the tile. Spray a little bit on the wall. It comes with its own sound effects. And hopefully get myself a nice little bit of coverage, at least over my my kind of working area. Now, so yeah, I'm going to cover up my kind of working area above my workstation at the moment. I've covered everything up so far. So both my sets of monitors, computer, screens, everything like that. And yeah, I'm going to kind of show you how it's done, I suppose. So some of these basically I got a set of, how many did I get? I got 24? Yeah, 24 acoustic tiles for I think about 25 quid. So it works out nearly £1 a tile, something like that, £2 a tile, I don't know. But yeah, I got some smaller ones, and I also got some, where are they? I've got some big tiles which have been used previously, but a local game studio let me have some of their old acoustic tiles. So, you know, waste not, want not, if I can use them. They've been used before, as you can see where the spray mount's been on them before, but you know what I mean, it's they've got no holes in them, they still work. I'm just going to have to spend a lot of time vacuuming and getting a load of the bloody cat hairs off all my equipment because they're everywhere. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Going to be utilising that. Like I say, the bigger panels I'm probably going to use to block up spaces on the wall here and there, just to dampen it down, just that little bit extra more. And there's a spider. Oh my god, that is huge. That is huge. Look at that. The camera makes it look a lot smaller. Right. I'm not going to put up with this. There's an immense amount of satisfaction you get when you hear the back of its arse hit the back of your vacuum. Yeah, okay, so I'm a little bit of a girl when it comes to spiders. That's what I'm going to do, and it's a cost-effective way. I mean, I've spent maybe 30 quid in total, including postage, on maybe 24 acoustic tiles, and the spray mount stuff. I've got a couple of these. I'll probably need quite a bit more because these are only small tins, so I'll go to my local hardware store. But yeah, these are about £3 or £4 each, not that, £3 or £4, which would be, you know, $2.50, $3, something like that. A big tin, you're probably looking at about $7, or you know, maybe about 5-6 quid, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so important things. Cover your important stuff up because of the spray mount, and also wipe your walls. So I've got a load of where are they? Got a bunch of microfiber cloths, and I'll be using the microfiber cloths just to wipe down the walls. Use the vacuum to get in the corners for Exhibit A, spider webs, things like that. you know, because you always get them in the kind of top of the ceilings and stuff like that. Wipe them all down, make sure they're nice and clean, get rid of any hairs, any excess debris or anything like that. You want it to be as flat and as clean a surface as possible because you don't want these falling off, you know. So yeah, that's going to be the plan, and I'll show you as I'll kind of give you a brief kind of look at what I'm doing as I'm spraying them all, putting them up, and just generally being all fantastic. Oh my god. So yeah, what I'm doing is just wiping down the walls. I mean, they're not the straightest of walls in the world, and you've got a board ceiling, and yeah, this is a very budgety type studio. I mean, if it was up to me and it was my own place, then I'll rip everything out, replaster the walls, redo everything. But as a lot of composers or engineers or whatever, you know, they know that sometimes you can't afford to buy a house, so you afford to rent one. And yeah, give everything a little bit of a wipe down. Now you may notice, I don't know if I've ever mentioned to anyone before, the actual desk that I built myself, just out of old kitchen carcasses. I used to work in a local hardware store, B&Q. And when I worked there, whenever somebody brought a carcass back, a carcass is just a kitchen unit. Whenever somebody brought a carcass back that had a slight chip in it, or a crack, or a bunch of screws missing, or fixings, I'd buy it because we could sell it on. And literally all this, give a look now, it's a bit of a mess underneath because of all sorts of crap I've got under there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kitchen units and some offcuts of kitchen worktop, and this stuff's fantastic. I mean, it's rock hard, 38mm, and it's good. 38mm, which would be, I don't know how many inches in American, I'm not translating it for you. But yeah, so I've got like a 600mm cabinet, then I've got a 1000 base unit, another 600, a 500, then I've got like what a wine rack would be, that's just a little spare slot type thing, another 600 base unit, which would normally be, you know, 600s like fit fridges, freezers, cookers, that kind of thing, standard 600mm. But yeah, so that all cost me, I think they're about a tenner per unit, because as you can see there's some of the melamine stuff come off there, or whatever that is, the coating. But to be fair, it does the job. It acts as a bit of a studio. I can get sat in the corner and everything works out alright. But I'll go into that a little bit later. And as far as the offcuts of timber went, I know they're a different colour here and there, but I kind of like it. Each of them were about £3, £4 each. Because obviously people got offcuts, but sometimes they don't want an extra 1000mm of workshop. So yeah, so I've cleaned all that up, dusted it all off. Not really going to get much more out of it. I don't want to dampen the wall neither. One, because it's matte based paint, so it's going to rub off and it's going to make an absolute mess. And two, because I don't want it too wet, because the spray, the adhesive spray might not work. So it wants to be a dry, kind of clean surface. And that's what I'm going for. Okay, so I have my tools ready. I have my spray mounts. Boom. I have my hair remover, scratchy, sticky upper thingy, because the cats have got all over these. Look at that, hairs everywhere. But they have been sat out of the box for the last, I don't know, couple of months. So anyway, so I've got my foam padding. As you can see, all the channels run kind of one way, but the whole point of it is to mix them up a little bit, just to kind of break up the sound. Now what happens is, I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but by what I know is the sound hits it and it doesn't bounce back. It dampens the sound. So it gets stuck in the foam and, you know, takes a break, stays in the hotel, chills out for a little bit. I don't know. So yeah, so these are the panels. So what the plan is to spray on the back of here. It's just right there, So rest of the tools, sorry. I've got scissors because I may need to cut some up. They're only the tiniest, girliest, little rustiest pair of scissors in the world, but that's all I've got. So, and trusty old Stanley knife, one of the best tools ever in the entire world, ever.com/who is Stanley. I don't know what's going on, Snake. Anyway, so I'm going to spray on the back of here, just in a loose pattern, nothing major, and then I'm going to spray it on the wall, and hopefully, you know, we'll see some results. You don't really get much in here. You get 200 mil. So what I'm going to do is on my first pass, I'm going to be not very generous. And this has already been used. What the hell? Bloody woman. Right, anyway. So, yeah. So spray a little bit of the adhesive on the back. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to open the window just to give some ventilation. And because this is quite solvent. Yeah, it's irritable and extremely flammable. Irritable. Sounds like me. So I'm going to spray on the back of here, spray on the wall, and hopefully we'll see some sort of... Yeah, like I say, I won't be too generous with it, so if any of them do fall off, we'll see exactly how much we're going to need. Alright, so... Now, generally, as well, as a bit of a rule of thumb, when you're dealing with any form of sprays, adhesives, solvents, paints, anything like that, if it has been used before and you see the cap is a little bit gungy, generally you would go outside, you would turn it upside down, and you would spray. It'd stop anything from coming out, but it'd clean the nozzle out as well. So if you're spraying any form of instruments, guitars, wood, anything like that, if you're lacquering anything up, generally that's what you would do. Now, I haven't on this occasion because I'm an idiot. That and it's a little bit windy and wet outside, so I'm not going to bother, but fingers crossed. So, as you see, I'm going to spray it on, just like this. Just like that. Just a little bit. You see where the solvent's going everywhere. I'm going to need to move that. So, that's the spray amount on there. Now that's on. We'll go up on here. I'm just going to spray loosely. Whereabouts it'll be on the wall. So, like this. I'll spray it on the wall. I'm going to hold it onto the wall. Just for a little bit. Now, it starts to stick. Generally straight away. You'll find that it doesn't take much effort at all to have it stuck on. You can start to feel it's already adhesive, so pressing on the wall, making sure it's on. It doesn't take long whatsoever for it to get stuck on there. It's a little bit too high in that corner, but it shall be fine. Because it's foam, it's quite malleable anyway. So, and what I mean by that is you can manoeuvre it around a little bit. You don't want it to be 100% straight because, to be fair, nobody cares. The only person that sees the inside of your studio is you, your girlfriend, or if you put videos and stuff like that. Now, push it into all the channels, and boom, there you go. I'm going to do a second one while we're on the video, and I need to wipe all this surface down and move all that stuff because I'm a baddie. So I'm going to get my second one. Now, as you can see, bloody cat hairs on it everywhere, so I'm going to remove some of the hairs. It's not really such a big deal. It's not really such a big deal on the front, but on the actual adhesive side of it, it's going to be a pain. Oh no, I didn't even know I broke it. These lint roller things are one of the most fantastic inventions ever created, especially if you have pets. I mean, even if you don't have pets, sometimes you get hairs stuck to you and all sorts. But yeah, so, ba-dum, a bibbidi-bibbidi-dum, a bibbidi-bibbidi-doo. Bad lip reading. Walking Dead edition. Amazing. Carl. Let me tell you a joke, Carl. Metal Gear. That'd be quite cool, actually. If later on we had Andrew Lincoln as a voice in Metal Gear or something. He's got a good bad Southwest American accent type thing. Carl. Metal Gear. War has changed. It's no longer about ideology or ethnicity or whatever. Okay, so got my spray paint again, like this, like that. Got my spray mount again. And I'm gonna give this one a once over, like this. Gonna go a little bit closer. Now, normally when you're spraying anything, you should generally keep about 6 inches away from the place that you're spraying. You know, for example, if you're lacquering anything or anything like that. But we're in a close environment and I can't do this outside at the moment, so we're screwed. And yeah, so like I say, I'm going to put this the opposite way. It is. This is how you do it. It is. Stop whining. Come on. Yeah. Now you can get better quality foam, and when I say better quality, they have grades, and the sort of grades that they go by are how many decibels they reduce and what frequencies they reduce. Don't be afraid to push it in, because like I say, it is only foam. I'm just going to stick a little bit under there again. Yeah, it is only foam, so you can push it in, you can stretch it a tad little bit, and you know, still get results. Ugh. Stop whining, come on. Nice. When you start to feel it kind of, you get like a velcro-y type sound when you push into it, and that means the adhesive's pulling away from the wall, so don't go too hard with it once it's started to stick down. So I'm not going to go through the whole process because it's going to bore your tits off, but as you can see up there now, I've got my first two, yay, I'm so happy. I've got my first 2 acoustic panels up there, and I'm going to complete the wall in the whole corner and see what it looks like. Alright, so yeah, I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay. Well, I've got a lot of it up. I need to mention earlier on, keep the window open, ventilation, that's what you need. I've been using also the dust mask thing, the sexy thing there. Yeah, so I've decided I finally got some up on the wall. So I've used all of the 24 small panels, and then I've still got a lot of the large panels, which I've kind of dotted around the room at the moment, just to try and break up a little bit of space. Don't really know why that mirror's there, but it apparently needs to stay there for the moment. But yeah, so I mean, on a budget, it's not too bad, you know. I actually got rid of the 3M stuff and got this super adhesive carpet tile spray. So much better than the 3M stuff. 3M stuff is it just wasn't bonding whatsoever. So I decided to just go with the super adhesive. I just went to my local hardware store, went to B&Q, picked it up. They're about £6 each, and like I say, the 3M stuff got me about 6 of those tiles, 7 of those tiles, and then it was gone. This stuff has 2 of these, 12 quid in total, 13 quid, which will work out about $10, something like that. I don't know the rough exact conversion, but this got me for the rest of these rooms, so 24 these panels minus 6, talking like 18 panels plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 large panels. So yeah, not too bad. But you know, like I say, on a bit of a budget, I've still got some panels left, but I've run out of the spray stuff, so I'll probably get some of that a little bit later on. And yeah, as you can tell, it's like I don't know, anything like here, like it's a lot more dead. I mean, obviously there's still a little bit of reverb, still a little bit. I've got to, usually when I'm recording, I put sellotape or tabs over my guitar strings just so that they don't reverberate. But yeah, it sounds a lot more dead than it did do previously, especially over in this corner. This corner's the main thing. This is where I'll be mixing, and this is where I'll be. I'll show you again. This is where I'll be mixing, and this is where all the magic happens, as they say on Cribs. But yeah, so things to note: 3M stuff's really bad. Keep your Stanley knife available just in case you need to make any cuts. Now, fortunately, at the moment, I haven't needed to make any cuts, but that's probably because I haven't had enough foam to go around. what else? Ventilation, use a mask, and keep stuff covered up. Yeah. And also, I mean, there's a little bit of like dripping on the wall where, you know, some of the adhesive stuff kind of dripped down where I went a bit too far with it, or were too close with it, so it kind of bubbled up. But to be fair, it's not that much of a big deal. Before I move out of here, I've got to paint the place anyway, so it's no skin off my nose. It's just somewhere nice and easy to work with. It's not the best in the world. I know that you can go get yourself, you know, ceiling acoustic foam tiles that drop off the ceiling and just bring the ceiling a little bit lower and dampen that. You can put bass traps up. You can put floor traps up. You can put all sorts of stuff up. But on a budget, I've probably spent maybe about £40 so far, which is about $32, $33. You know, like I say, Google it, you'll find out. Maybe about 40 quid so far in materials and that. But yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough. A friend of mine worked at a local games developers, and they were updating their studio, and I managed to get some of their acoustic tiles, and yeah, they've come out all right. So yeah, I'll probably take another short video once I've got all the cloths and everything off, just to show you kind of what it looks like at the moment. Okay, we are essentially complete. We've got some stuff, and yeah, I know it's still a little bit cluttered and what have you, but it's nice. I've left a little space up there because that's where I'm going to hang some wires and cables, just some XLRs and some jacks. A little bit more over there, but I kind of run out of pads. I've added some to the door, which I need to put on a little bit more, but it's not too bad. Kind of, yeah, a little bit messy here and there that I've still got to sort out. But yeah, it's good. And it's also damp. Well, the sound is damp. You know, when I clap, it's just dead, which is great. It's fantastic. So that's that. If you've got any questions about how I've set up or done any of this, or if you've got any feedback, you know, if you think, oh, you should have put this there, you should put this there, like I say, it's not really the kind of room I can put bass traps in, and I don't really have the budget for putting extra bass traps in at the moment. But based on about between £40 and £50, which is about $40, something like that, $35, it's not done too bad. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the carpet adhesive has done fantastic. The 3M mounting spray was just, you know, for want of a better word, crap. And I used the 3M carpet adhesive spray, and it's doing all right. Left a gap on the wall up there because I've got another poster to put up there, and that's about it. Okay. So yeah, at the bottom, do comments, feedback, all sorts of stuff. Hey dude, what are you gonna do next? Just things like that. I think the next product review I'm going to do is my new Fast Track Ultra 8R, which is the 8-line M audio interface, which I'm really excited about. It's so far I've used it a little bit, but not too much because I've only just brought it back here and set it up. But a good friend of mine sold it to me at a bargain. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll do a product review of that. I've still got the iDig stuff to do, so I've got a video coming for that. With some interviews, which I'll probably do the interviews separately on different videos because they're quite lengthy. One with Tommy Tallarico, one with Russell Brower, but the audio is quite bad on that because we were in quite a busy room, so we'll just see how that works out. And then like a culmination video of everything that went on at iDig, so you know, some of us going out having a meal, you know, in the hotel getting changed, and me getting naked, oh yes, and you know, but yeah. So I'm quite happy with today's productivity, and yeah. So any comments, likes, subscribe, favourite, share, carrier pigeon, tweet, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Plus. No, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah. Any comments or anything, just okay. Bye bye now.